Whose bright idea was it to do the whole killer clown stuff in 2016? Alright, this stuff had me shook as a kid. 2016, first of all, was at the time one of the worst years ever. I remember being in 2016 and everyone universally agreed between politics, real world problems, all types of stuff going on, killer clowns. Everyone agreed universally that 2016 was the worst year ever. And now we miss it. We switched up, but I can't lie, we did take advantage of that time. Okay, we didn't know that it could get even worse. 2016 was fire in retrospect, but trash at the time. And one of the reasons why is because they were doing the killer clown stuff. Okay, now it's one of the minor reasons why, but that's one of. I was in elementary school. I was like 4th, 5th grade. I was in 5th grade when this stuff was kicking off. Why were y'all doing that? You know what I mean? For those who don't know, basically it was a trend, if you can even call it that, of like people dressing up as like a evil clown, not like a regular clown with a rainbow afro. No, I'm talking about like a scary clown. Didn't it come out, you know, the whole Pennywise stuff? Didn't that movie come out around that time? And maybe it was the same year. So that was one of the things that was responsible for this chaos. They only make those movies every like 30 years, 20 years, I don't remember. But point is, people were dressing up as clowns and like chasing people, scaring people. Broad daylight, nighttime, didn't matter. This was a nationwide thing. And it was really scary, bro. I actually have a story about it, and it's not like a long story, so you don't got to get your flashlights out. I remember, okay, walking home from school with a friend, and basically there was this walkway to our school that was like kind of in all these trees, the woods, you know what I mean? We had to walk through the woods just to get to school, elementary school, by ourselves, but we would walk with each other, so at least we had each other. One day we were walking back home from school. It's broad daylight though, but it's mad trees around. You can't even see much of anything because this is during like fall too, so it's Halloween season too. That none of this, it just keeps getting worse. It keeps stacking up. Like this was in the Halloween season too. All the leaves all over, you can't see over all the leaves falling and all that stuff and on the ground and the piles. And all of a sudden my friend is like, yo, did you hear that? And I'm like, chill, okay? I know that this guy is one of the biggest trolls. Like this friend at the time used to troll a lot and joke around a lot. He wasn't like a serious, I've never seen him in a situation where he was genuinely scared, but he was like, dude, go. And we just start running, okay? When it comes to black people, because my friend was black too, when it comes to black people, when we see somebody running like for their lives for no reason, guess what we're doing? Following them. You know what I mean? Survival instincts that we have. But we just had to sprint out of this woodsy area like a movie scene. Like we're just running from this killer. The reason why this relates to killer clowns is because this is in the peak of the trend. So any slightly, you know, creepy sound or like some type of weird sight, you would automatically assume it was a killer clown. It might sound paranoid, but I have another story at that same school, okay? This was lunchtime. And tell me why there was a killer clown, a guy dressed as a clown, walking past, because like we're in this cafeteria, right? And then on this like, so there's 3 walls, and then one of the walls is like big windows, so we could see out there. All of a sudden, killer clown runs by. Swear, this happened, okay? Now, I didn't see it, but I remember vividly in the cafeteria, everyone collectively gasping, okay? You know how loud a cafeteria is, especially in 5th grade. For everyone to shut up and gasp and look, and then now it's just like quiet rumblings like, oh my God, what was that? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I'm looking out and I'm like, I don't see what y'all are seeing. But they swear they saw a killer clown. You might be saying, okay, this is mass hysteria. This didn't happen. Right after lunch, we get to the classroom and the teacher and the PA system makes a whole announcement like, yeah, we're going into soft lockdown. Stop it! What? And the teacher's like, okay, I know you guys might have saw something, but basic teacher response like, oh, it was nothing. Dude, there were people in my class crying out of fear. It was wicked. Killer clowns was weird, okay? Now, I think there were some people who actually did kill people as killer clowns. I don't know if that's, I don't even want to look that up, but it was a scary time, okay? You really had to be there. If you weren't there, then you probably think I'm speaking nonsense, but this was a thing that people were doing for no reason. Next, FNAF, okay? And it was another thing that used to scare me as a kid. Mind you, I haven't played any of the FNAF games. I've only ever seen gameplay. This is, again, 2016. This is at a time where FNAF was really popping. It might have been like earlier, even like a couple years earlier, I don't know, but it was really popping. Stuff was scary. I wasn't even scared of animatronics normally, but like the whole FNAF thing just really changed the game. I am so fully confident that they killed places like Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, Chuck E. Cheese they got rid of their animatronics over like forever ago. Now they just play like a video with puppets, like it's a big projector screen instead of animatronics. I don't know, I'll try to find a photo for you guys or something. Now that's what Chuck E. Cheese is. We've all been to Chuck E. Cheese before as a kid and, you know, seen the animatronics and all that. They don't even do that anymore, and I'm placing full blame, 110% blame on FNAF, okay, for putting this fear of animatronics in all these kids' heads. Now, I'm not afraid of animatronics. Like if we're at Disney World and we're on a ride and there's animatronics on the ride, like I'm not going to be like, oh my god, like no. Never even played a Five Nights at Freddy's game, but it was that popular and that big to the point where we were scared. And then we have Slender Man, which again, never played any of the games, never saw any of the movies, but that was some scary stuff, okay? That Slender Man, screw everything else on this list. Slender Man was a scary being. That was unfortunate. And again, I have another story about friends like faking to be like, oh my god, Slender Man's outside. Just don't play like that. You know, I'm a little kid, don't play, please, okay? And this was well before FNAF, so I was even younger, so imagine how scared I was then. I wasn't afraid of being in the dark alone. I was afraid of being in the dark not alone. You know what I mean? Like, is there something here under the bed, outside? Is he in the woods right now? You know what I mean? Making my screen all staticky. Another weird phenomenon, especially on YouTube, was the whole 3 a.m. videos thing. Like, oh, don't do this at 3 a.m. Who made that the demon hour? It doesn't even, like, they just picked a random time. It's not like there's a 666 o'clock. That's not a real time. Some real stuff, bro. Don't do anything at 3 a.m. You would not catch me awake at 3 a.m. It would be 2:46 and I'd be in bed like, oh my, like I woke up in the middle of the night, it's 2:46 and I'm like, oh my god, trying to quickly go back to sleep before it's demon hours. That was the effect it had as a kid. The 3 a.m. stuff, like why? And there's still a genre of people still doing those videos. Gen Alpha's gonna get it too. It's a canon event at this point. You have to learn that 3 a.m. is a scary hour, okay? Nowadays, obviously, 3 a.m. is nothing, okay? It's just a time on the clock, okay? And time is not even real. It is. I'm just messing around. And then that one picture of Momo. Now, I don't know what Momo is. I don't know what the whole creepypasta thing is. Like, I don't know the story or anything about the character. But that one picture, and I'm not going to put it on screen, I'll probably blur it. So this is a pattern recognition test, okay? If you know this image, then you know the image. That image alone, okay, was enough to scare me. That shivered my timbers real bad as a kid. Let me know what the weirdest thing that used to scare you as a kid was.
First thing that's inside the mystery box should be the most scariest, the most creepiest, the most horrifying thing you could ever see. Ah!